Pay attention. The ferry leaves at 10 a.m. Roads are busy.
Great.
Dad, pack the boot.
Yeah.
Rosie, got your teddy?
Uh-huh.
Honey, how's the car?
Windows clean, car wax
I meant the tyres.
Oh, sorted them at Quick Fit last week.
Brilliant.
Planning the perfect getaway this summer? Make sure your tyres are up for the job. Book today at quickfit.com or your local centre. Quick Fit. Drive away happy every time.
Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital? Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show? Do you enjoy talking about the show with others? Do you find yourself yelling at the TV? Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles? If so, we invite you to join hosts Amanda Kimmel and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed. Meet us at Pier 54, a General Hospital fan podcast. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the General Hospital recap for April 21st through 25th. I seriously cannot believe that we're at the end of April already.
We're just going to say this every month like I did last year.
I know.
Well, this year, fast.
This year is just, I don't know, I feel like it's different. I'm looking forward to next month, but at the same time, I'm not.
Yeah, it's a big month for you.
It is. All right, so we'll get started so we're going to kind of rush it today because Amanda and I are barely keeping our lives together this week. I kind of forgot. I didn't forget. I just forgot to schedule around. My son's birthday is the 27th, which I have mentioned now how many times because I want that to be Gio's birthday.
Right.
And that did not happen this week, so we're just not going to, maybe it'll be Monday.
I was going to say, you don't know yet because we didn't really see him this week. And actually, because Brook Lynn was talking about all the adoption stuff, that would be perfect for her to be like, exactly 20-some years ago, blah, blah, blah.
Yes. Oh.
So you might still get your wish. I haven't given up for you yet.
Okay, sweet. Because good boys are born that day. Okay. So anyway, yes, let's still hold on to hope that April 27th will be Gio and my son's birthday. All right. We received a few Port Charles pipelines.
Okay.
Lisa wrote in, I think the reason they picked such a tall actor to play Trina's love interest is the surgery is going to fail and Kai will be paralyzed. So if so, it could be because when the writers had Curtis walk again, both of you suggested the better storyline would have been that it should stay permanent. I truly believe GH writers do listen to your podcast. Love the podcast.
Aw, thanks, Lisa.
So I was trying to explain this to someone, and I'm like, we really need to do a better job of writing down when we're pretty sure the writers listen. So like, I'm even looking at the current recap notes, and I really didn't keep track of anything for April. So we need to do a better job of this because I was trying to explain to someone at my retreat. I was like, no, but there's writers. We definitely listen to the show because, we'll notice things that they're completely obscure and then they wind up happening on the show. And
right.
The only example I can come up with is Lovers when Terry said it to Liz. And I'm like, no, but there's better examples. But yes. And I don't think we were the only ones. I feel like there was a lot of people that were very angry about, especially where they just had Curtis building that relationship at the gym with that actor who really is paralyzed or really does have a physical disability at this time. I cannot remember what it was, but and then just the inappropriate jokes they had Curtis make with, well, the view's better from up here and, a lot less belt buckles and all that.
Exactly.
That is so insanely horrible.
Yep. It's just completely insensitive. And the fact that they rushed it, like we said back then, it was Curtis's was an experimental surgery also, or had not been out for long. And it was like, oh, yep, of course it's going to work. And so he was only in a wheelchair for a matter of weeks. And then, boom, we air quote fixed him. And now he's a better person because he can walk. And it's ridiculous. And so especially with Kai's procedure being so new and so, like they already said, the failure rate is higher than the success rate. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't want Kai to end up paralyzed because I feel bad for him. Like, he is the same age as our kids. And so it's like, yes, he has this dream of football and I want him to be able to do that and blah, blah, blah. But the reality of it is, no, it shouldn't work. It just shouldn't. So.
And life can change in a minute. And
Right.
you start to find out, I mean, we've seen, I really wish that we had Leo this month, that,
Right. Yeah.
but,
I hadn't even
but
thought about that.
we saw, they talked about some of the difficulties with getting services, and Olivia acknowledged how they're so fortunate because they can actually afford to private pay for a lot of things that most people can't. I mean, even people that have very, very good jobs and very, very good insurance, it is, for some reason, insurance doesn't cover it. And then that causes a lot of stress in the families. And, obviously when they're stressed, things are stressful, and, relationships get tense and things like that. And
Right.
it's the navigation of all that. And so if we see Kai struggling with this, we could see that relationship head. And the truth is, every single one of us is a fall down the stairs away from the life that Kai is facing, and from struggling with the same thing. And he's going to wind up using many of the same services that like people like my daughter rely on too. And most people don't realize that they're the same, like they're different services, but they're under the same umbrella. And it's really, I mean, he was playing a football game. He was a perfectly healthy young man, winds up in this situation. And now we could potentially see him struggling with this for the rest of his life. But, to see him working on this, and I hope that he sticks with the pediatric sports program, because there's no shame in what happened to him. He was doing something he loved. He was doing it safely. Life happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I said, everyone's like a fall down the stairs. I started to go with the fall down the stairs after you decided to push me down them last week. So, but also I have fallen down a lot of stairs. We're not going to get into that.
It's a different podcast.
I really have. We'll just do it. Well, even not stairs, but I'm not a clumsy person. I have not fallen in a long time, but when I have, it's been
You better knock on some wood, girlfriend. You are jinxing yourself.
Yeah. I live in a ranch, guys, although it has a basement, but I live in a ranch. So anyway, I hope that maybe Lisa's right, that maybe they took it to heart that, oh yeah, we actually could have somebody with a disability be on the show for a long time.
Yes.
Well, so we just finished. Oh shoot, I can't say that because it's still a newer show. Watch The Pit. It's good. And then something happened in the last episode that I was like, immediately went to Google to find out if this was the person's real life, because it's someone that you've seen him in a lot of things, but you don't know who he is. Like you don't know his name, and but you recognize the face, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that about him. And then when I Googled, it's not true. And then I was like, but wait, I actually know an actor that this would make so much sense for. And it's another one of those things where we're thankful that they have Leo. We're thankful that they had that guy in the gym with Curtis. I don't want the actor that plays Kai to be really paralyzed, but.
Right. But the characters, again, even if he's not paralyzed for life, it shouldn't be, oh, he has the surgery, no complications. Now he's going to live out this dream life, because that's just not realistic.
Well, and where we were introduced to the character when he was not in a wheelchair, whereas like this actor this character on The Pit, we were introduced to a certain way, but it wasn't obvious and it wasn't revealed until. So there still could have been, they still could have hired someone that fit that role, because it's not obvious. So I will leave that in suspense if you have not finished The Pit. And for General Hospital viewers, you would know who this actor is, because it's actually a GH actor that I was like, oh, that person could be this character.
I will have to check it out.
Is that vague enough? If you know who I'm talking about, please write in to peer54podcast@gmail.com. Anyway, okay, let's get back to the Port Charles pipeline. We then have Lulu on credits. Hey, ladies, any idea why Lulu is not on the opening credits? Jen's is, the kids are when they're in an episode, which I noticed that Aiden was last week, and I don't remember having seen him before, but I could just not have noticed, I just might not have tracked it. But since Lulu has been back, she's never appeared on the opening credits. I think this is weird. Thanks for the fun podcast, Elizabeth. And Elizabeth, I love you. She wrote how to pronounce her last name. Cannot.
Oh, perfect.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate. See, I know that they listen, because I'm like, if I just butchered your name, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, I hadn't noticed
I wonder if she just happened to have showed up after they did the last like photo session and they are strictly using those photos and won't use a different headshot. Because that's the only thing I can think of. She's been on long enough. There's no reason, even if there had been a plan to recast her or she was temporary at first until she like earned her spot or something. She's been there long enough now. There's no reason she wouldn't be on it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
So good question.
Yeah, yeah. And I kind of feel bad that I didn't notice.
We won't get into that.
Well, okay, but wait, Jen's has been around longer than the new Lulu, and so have the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Has recast Aiden been around longer? Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I think everybody has been around longer.
So maybe there's except for when it comes to iconic people that are returning to their role or something. Because I feel like we got Jonathan Jackson on again real quick.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
But it's Jonathan Jackson.
True.
Okay, I had somebody in my office, his mom watches General Hospital, and he's actually 2 months younger than my son. So this is a fun relationship that we're having.
Is this that coworker you told me about that is our children's age? Okay.
Yes. Yes, but I found out that his mom watches GH and that she typically binges it. And I was like, that's why we have our show on Mondays, because that's us too. And he asked me the question, so who's your favorite character? I have always loved Carly, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, so he knows the show. He just hasn't paid attention recently.
Yeah.
And it occurred to me last night that the only Carly he knows is Laura Wright.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, oh, I should have asked him who his favorite Carly was. And then I was thinking, wait, he only has one. I could not think of for the life of me who my favorite character is.
I feel like it changes.
That's what I said. I was like, long term, I feel like probably Lila, but I feel like that's more of just like grandmother.
Right. You have the nostalgia favorite character. You have the one that got you hooked favorite character. You have the current storyline favorite character. Like, you can't really just pick one.
I know. And I was like, if I would have to say, I would say Lucky, but it would have to be Jonathan Jackson Lucky, and he's back right now. So I can say, I'm like, and that's why I got hooked, the same thing. I'm like, and the fact that they're they're revisiting the Lucky and Liz that we fell in love with and why we fell in love with them in the way that we fell in love with them.
Right.
For the most part. But who would you say is, because like, I feel like Sean Donnelly is your answer, but is that your nostalgia answer? Is that but then you also have Jagger and Karen, it's.
Right, exactly. Yeah, my nostalgia answer would be Sean, but my got me hooked, because I really wanted to get hooked to it, not just because my mom was watching it, would have been Karen and Jagger. And nowadays, I mean, Carly's always a good one, just because Carly and Sonny, again, even this week we saw them and it was like, oh man, that's why I love them. But I don't know. I can't pick just one. I don't have to pick one. I like everybody.
You don't. Well, that's not true.
Okay.
Amanda just said she likes Nina. Likes Nina.
Actually, this week I'm like, no, it would again be Drew that I'm like, oh no, I don't like him. So yeah, I don't like everyone, but I like most of them.
Oh, you know what we should also do a show on is who did you love and then started to hate? Like for me, it'd be Willow.
Right.
Like I used to love her, and now I'm like, just go off. Just leave. Yep. Go to DC. Leave the kids. Go to DC.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have one more Poor Charles pipeline that I'm not going to read because she wrote in about GH and pop culture, but there is one line that I just skimmed. And it's from our friend Kimberly Hudson. And she says that she went to UMass Amherst, and that is a school that I was accepted to and did not go to. I went to Salem instead. But I just thought that was fun.
That is fun.
Okay. All right. We will. So yes, please. And we have a couple more of the GH and pop culture. So if you missed last week's episode, we are asking for stories or memories of when you've seen GH pop up in pop culture. So either... But wasn't there was an episode of Roseanne that Luke and Laura was on?
Yes.
Okay, so things like that. This one that she wrote in, the very first one was when GH was mentioned in a show. So things like that. Anytime that you've seen maybe, I would imagine that somewhere in Full House, John Stamos had to have perhaps hinted at Blackie.
Yeah.
But growing up watching Full House, I didn't know that.
Right.
I knew that he was on GH, but I didn't know anything about the story. So,
Yeah.
all right. Then this upcoming 411, we are continuing with Lucky and Liz, part 30. No, part 30 of Lucky, part 22 of Lucky and Liz. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And for Hulu headlines, on Monday, Carly is insistent. Sasha makes an admission. Lucas hears Marco out. Jordan and Isaiah come to a decision. Sidwell visits Alexis. On Tuesday, Trina confides in Curtis. Carly betrays an ally. Oh, Kai updates Drew. Lucky gives Kristina some tough love. Willow seeks help from Jason. On Wednesday, Jason and Carly clash. Tracy makes an offer. Dante and Lulu discuss family matters. Laura defends herself. Drew's reaction surprises Willow. Ooh, he did her dirty this week.
Yeah.
On Thursday, Sonny prepares for surgery. Brook Lynn is alarmed. Danny opens up to Jason about missing Sam. Molly issues a warning to Rick, and Cody needs medical attention. And then on Friday, Carly gets news about Sonny's prognosis. Nina plays dirty. Brook Lynn calls out Lulu. Kristina is in for a shock, and Willow hits a roadblock. Where do you want to start?
I wasn't as annoyed with Lulu this week as I have been up until now. Like, I liked she got her own house, which was the old Spencer house, but they never referenced
You mean the
that.
unemployed Lulu,
Right.
who
Mhm.
has been in a coma for 4 years
Yeah.
and I'm sure does not have great credit, somehow managed to get herself a house
I mean, I'm assuming that her mother like co-signed for her or helped her out there.
or got it for her, but Lulu's like, woohoo, look what I did. Moved a box, yay.
No. Dante said to her, "Oh, you have your life back on track," and she was like, "No, not yet. Like, I'm taking steps." So she didn't take full credit for it.
See, I thought that she was referring to like him, like, well, I don't have you back yet, so no, my life's not back on track. That's how I took her saying that to him.
Well, you're just a negative Nancy when it comes to Lulu still. I was giving
Just
her
call me
credit for
Lulu.
I was giving her credit for this week. Like, I felt like she respected that the boys needed to spend time together and wasn't whining about Sam, that she let Dante help her, but she wasn't like throwing herself at him. She was just accepting the help. She was nice to Laura whenever Laura came over to offer help and was like, "I got it, blah, blah, blah," but didn't, I don't know, go into her Lulu stuff of like, "Oh, Dante's here helping me, so we're getting back together," or whatever. It was just
She gave her the smirk, though. She gave her the smirk of like,
she
oh,
said,
look it, he's here.
"I'm enjoying my time with him." I don't feel like that was wrong. But I just, overall, I did not find her as annoying this week. And I understand that she pitched the idea of adoption because it's in her head because of Brook Lynn, but I feel like Brook Lynn 100% overreacted.
It's in Lulu's notes. The entire reason she's doing the article is because.
But she's not going to type that. Like, that's not going to be in the article. Dante's baby was up for adoption because of Brook Lynn.
But that's the motive behind her article is.
I think that it just has her thinking about it. I don't think she was trying to hurt Brook Lynn with it.
I do.
Really?
Yeah. I really do. I think that was because she even said to her, well, I disagree about your life. Like, no, girl, you don't get to do that.
I do if you show up at my house yelling at me about it.
But the reason she was coming to her house to yell at her about it was because she knows what she's doing. She knows that she's going to somehow implode. It's going to, I didn't realize that was going to come out, that Brook Lynn gave up this baby, Dante. I'm sorry. He even called her out on it. Okay, so what's the real story?
He did ask what the real issue was and like how the adoption thing came up. And she was like, "I pitched 3 ideas. This is the idea that they picked." I don't think that she was being as malicious as Brook Lynn is accusing her of being.
I do. And I believe she was playing as dumb as she could. I don't believe that she actually gave 3 ideas.
Oh.
I think she's just saying it.
Okay.
I guess we'll see. Because she should have just said, listen, these were the options I gave them, and they liked this one.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't. She just said, I gave them 3.
Well, I also think that Brook Lynn is totally fueling the fire. If you're doing stuff to make me mad, then I know you're not going to change, because we know no matter what Lulu's intention was in this case, she's not going to not do it just because Brook Lynn asks her not to. I wouldn't give you the satisfaction of coming over to yell at you.
Yeah,
If that is
I don't
Lulu's
know.
motive, you just fed right into it.
That's true. But she probably also thinks that it's going to make her look good when when she gives Dante, because all of her questions were to support her. So she interviewed Lucas.
Yes.
That's how Brook Lynn found out. All of her questions were to support her justifying telling Dante. Not a single one of those questions was really
I agree that her
about
reporting,
Lucas.
yes, I agree that her reporting was not, let's show both sides of the story or whatever. It was 100% biased. But I think that she wants to keep hearing that she's right and that her thought process is right. But
Exactly.
but I still don't think that she was planning on exposing Brook Lynn.
I do. I don't think that there's, first of all, I wanted to look at this. Where is Landview?
It's New York also.
It's Pennsylvania.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was New York also.
Based on what town? What town is it based on? Philadelphia. So, and we say that General Hospital, Port Charles is Rochester.
Mm-hmm.
So Rochester, New York. Where? Yes, okay. So Rochester, New York to Philadelphia, PA.
Yeah, I don't know why she's writing for the Landview paper, if that's your question.
It is 5 hours away. I'm pretty sure that unless you are a nationally, I mean, and I could be wrong, but I feel like that's a smaller publication because it's called the Landview, whatever. Like the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette does not have someone in Chicago writing pieces for it, probably. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I just feel like that was just so weird.
Yeah, but they don't ever make it sound like there is a Port Charles newspaper. It's like all there is the magazine.
Yeah, she could have started a blog. Oh, that actually wouldn't have been bad. She could have started a blog on what it's like to come back from a coma multiple times in a life.
Maybe Drew can help her. She can make a documentary.
Oh, you know who she actually could have talked to also about adoption? Carly.
Yes, but Carly's busy right now.
But also, she would not get the answer that she wants from Carly because she knows that it was not a happy story.
But it ended up being a happy story because her and Bobby ended up being traditional mother-daughter. I think she would still take that as a win.
I don't know. I think she sees Lucas as a justifying her nebbiness. Oh God, I used a Pittsburgh word. Nosiness, her nosiness. Why did I just say that?
I don't know. I guess we will see. But I don't feel like her motives are as vindictive as Brook Lynn is assuming that they are. I think Brook Lynn's being a little overly sensitive.
Well, I guess I'm a mix of Lulu and Brook Lynn this week. Dante called her out though. He
did, but he also needed to question, or should have been questioning, like, why is Brook Lynn showing up at our house? I just feel like, again, I wouldn't give you the satisfaction.
And then Lulu was like, oh, I didn't know that you and Chase were discussing adoption. Girl, she's not going to tell you her baby plans.
True.
You have proven yourself unworthy.
Right. And they were never friends to begin with. Like, she would be the last one in on that regardless.
Yeah. Unlike Emma and Joss, who are kind of forming a little friendship now.
Yes. They kind of
Emma was dumpster diving.
Why was she dumpster diving?
I don't know. I was just going to ask you. I'm like, I don't think that they ever explained why.
Okay. I thought maybe I missed it because, yeah, it was all of a sudden Emma's in a dumpster and Joss is helping her out. And I'm like, it would have made sense if Joss was in the dumpster, like she was going through Professor Dude's garbage or something. But why is, I don't understand.
Yeah, no, that definitely would have made more sense. No, I don't know. Well, good. If you missed it, I missed it.
Okay. At least we're clueless together.
Yes. But I did like that they had, and I mean, I don't know if you've had these conversations with people from high school, but it's perception of each other's lives.
Right.
And I have a really, really good friend who actually, it's made me feel a lot better about some of the stuff that I've gone through because I did not realize that she knew about some of it. And sometimes you just have those conversations where it's like, oh no, I thought that you had like the perfect little home life. And they're like, no, this was going on and blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of nice.
It is nice. And I like we said, if the two of them were working together to bring down the professor, that would be a better storyline than just the fact that Joss got picked, because it didn't really make any sense for her. So I like that they're starting this friendship that hopefully, not that Joss is going to be like, oh, hey, by the way, I work for the WSB, but that she can kind of let her in on some of what she's doing so that they can work together.
What if Emma is also working for the WSB and we just don't know it?
Oh, that would be good. That would be good.
That could be why she's so interested in that guy. I think it has something to do with animal testing, just based on her.
Yeah, you mentioned that last week, that you thought that, like, I thought it was going to be like, oh, she just had a crush on him or whatever. And you said that you thought she was trying to take him down for animal testing.
Yeah. Well, I thought she totally looked at him with goo-goo eyes.
But it seemed like it was more, I feel like it was more like admiration or trying to figure out like how his mind works than like inappropriate.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe she was just excited to hear he paid attention to her.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So either way, I think it's going to be interesting. I think we're going to get our fun summer story. They're going to become friends.
Yeah, they have to do that this summer, because I thought the Kai storyline would be this summer, and instead surgery is next week.
Right. Well, next week could take a month. So
that's true. I did like that Portia went to Drew, and as much as she was like mad, she also kind of talked to him as a person for a second and was like, how are you going to feel if he ends up in a wheelchair? Because yes, now he can't play football, but he can still do a lot of other stuff that if he has to be in a wheelchair for life, he's not going to be able to do. And for like a split second, it looked like Drew like had some sympathy somewhere, had some real feelings for someone. And then
realized that somebody else's life matters and not just his own.
Right. And then he was like, no, it'll be fine because I wanted to work out.
Not how that works, Drew.
Nope.
Yeah, I definitely, I don't know how he seemed to reach like a new level of despicableness.
I really hope that people are right about the Shiloh storyline, because if not, like, Drew's just a horrible person. Like, I don't know how we turned the Drew that we originally got into this horrible person.
Well, he came back. Wait. He did come back with the brain.
He did. Yeah, he did go away and then come back. So something would have been done with his brain. But I can't imagine, other than having someone else's personality put into your brain, that you could suddenly be such a jerk, because he's just awful.
He is. He's very,
and they made us have a sex scene this week, and I was like, I can't even watch this, because all that's going through my mind is he thinking like, oh man, your skin's as soft as your mom's or your mother-in-law's or whatever. Like, ew.
Well, and Nina brought that up, that she said something about how Drew hasn't slept with anyone else since he and Willow opened together, but they slept together after the kiss.
Right. She just didn't know that they had already kissed.
But she did find that out. So, right? Didn't she had found that out? She has known that since.
I'm pretty sure, because wasn't that one of the things she was like angry about?
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like them deciding to be together started with the kiss at not New Year's Eve, 4th of July.
4th of July, get your holidays right.
Sorry. But, so, who was it? Who told her to go to see Michael?
Jason.
Jason did. Okay, yes. Oh, that's right. She went to Jason.
She finally took the kids to see Monica.
Yes.
And so then she tracked down Jason and asked him how to keep Carly from stealing her kids.
I'm just so tired of her.
Yeah. Oh, but good news. Drew got all the paperwork settled without anyone having to sign anything, that he gets her kids if something happens to them.
I did not take a lot of notes.
Well, that's fine.
Drew didn't like that she went and spoke to Jason, but then she went. So then on Friday, we see that she wasn't allowed to see Michael. He didn't want to see her, wants nothing to do with her, blah, blah. And it turns out that Drew paid off the nurse.
Yep.
So here's my question. And just, I went off the deep end. a couple weeks ago, when they started talking about Sonny's surgery, they showed the picture of Morgan and Michael.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody mentioned that maybe Morgan is the one behind all of this, and it's unfortunate that. And then Brick was talking with Carly this week about how they got into that burn unit. And she said, well, it was Jack that got him in there. Jack wants to take down Sonny, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's my thought. And I think he's surprised that he cares about Carly, but I do think that Carly was targeted to get to Sonny.
Okay.
What if they gave a photo of Morgan to be used for the reconstruction of Michael? That's what I thought was going to happen before the nurse picked up and told Drew it's over. She's not going to see him. I thought that Willow was going to go into the room and it was going to be Brian Craig.
Oh my gosh, that would have been awesome.
And that's why he didn't want to see her. And no one has said that they have seen him. Well, Jason said that he went. Did Jason go to see him?
Yes, Jason went to see him.
But did he see him or did he see him with the bandages?
I don't know. He did not specify.
I think that would be amazing if
they
did that, because then that also leaves the door open for us to have Brian Craig back for a little bit, but also for Chad to come back.
Yep.
And not recast. Because I know some people prefer the guy that was before Chad, but I don't know. I feel like Chad just has made Michael.
Pay attention. The ferry leaves at 10 a.m. Roads are busy.
Great.
Dad, pack the boot. Suitcases, Tetris style.
Yeah.
Rosie, got your teddy?
Uh-huh.
No going back this time. Honey, how's the car?
Windows clean, car wax, carpets.
I meant the tyres.
Oh, sorted them at Quick Fit last week.
Brilliant. If things go to plan, it'll be smooth sailing.
Planning the perfect getaway this summer? Make sure your tyres are up for the job. Book today at quickfit.com or your local centre. Quick Fit. Drive away happy every time.
Right. He's been it forever.
And we've seen good recasts. I mean, I never for the life of me, if you had told me that, when we found out Lexi Ainsworth was going away, we were like, no. And I like this Kristina. I think that she kind of stepped in and did a really good job of picking up the baton.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, so what if?
Oh, that would be so good.
And it'd be so soapy.
Yes. I would be into that.
We had another so soapy moment this week with Nina and Portia.
Yes. Nina was so smart for a minute. We haven't seen it in a long time, but she saw Ezra with that woman and walked over and was like, you must be a model. Here, take my card. Give me a call. Blah, 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 blah. And then Portia's like, well, you mustn't be that busy if you're scoping out models. And she's like, oh, no, my dear, that is not a model. I've had to kick her out several times when I owned the hotel, and she's not a model. And so then they hired her for their own use. And she was pretty funny because she was like, oh, yeah, I've had women want to hire me before. And they're like, no, that's not what we're trying to do here. We don't even need you to hook up with anyone. We just need you to get some pictures.
And she, doubled her price? Or at least asked. And they're like, you're not even going to be doing anything. She's like, no. She's like, people like me wind up dead after these things. So you're paying up.
Exactly. I at least want $6,000. I feel like $6,000 if it really gets rid of Drew or breaks up Willow and Drew is totally worth it. For Nina, she's got the money.
Yeah. And so does Portia.
Yeah.
But what was it? Portia was against it for a minute because she said something about, and what's in it for me? Or how do I get my assurances or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm trying to think. What did she say? And then that's when Nina was like, there's going to be pictures. It's like, where did you think this was going, Portia?
Yeah, I'm not sure what she thought they were hiring for at first, because she was like, well, that'll solve your situation, but it won't solve mine. And Nina was like, no, we can both use these pictures to blackmail him to stop blackmailing us. Like, what?
Right. This is how blackmail goes.
Right?
I mean, to be fair, Portia's only blackmailed Brad.
Yes, that is true.
So
she needs a little more experience, I guess.
Yeah. he's a little easier to blackmail too, probably because he's so skittish.
Yes, exactly. She needs to talk to Ava some more because Ava can teach you how to blackmail. Although I
Yes.
also think that Ava's getting sloppy. Like, she went to Alexis this week and asked for more money. If you know that she's taking money out of this account, she can't just dip in every single day because you're out buying new cars.
Right. And Ava was so surprised when she found out that Rick told, well, Alexis did not tell her that Rick told her, but when Alexis said, well, Rick's cut too, I think that
Right.
Ava was not going to include Rick.
Mm-hmm.
But now that she knows that Alexis knows Rick's a part of
Right.
it, she's going to have to.
Yep.
So that'll be interesting.
It will. And Molly gave Rick a ultimatum kind of this week with, look, you can't have Ava hanging around and me hanging around. And he was like, are you really giving me an ultimatum? And she was like, I mean, you're my dad. I'm not saying I'm never going to talk to you again, but I can't hang out with that woman after the things that she did. So,
Right.
who do you want to take care of you, me or her? Because I won't be hanging out with her.
Right. I did think it was funny when Rick was trying to be delicate about his relationship. And she's like, you are not talking to your 10-year-old daughter. I know what you're doing.
Right.
Like, come on, Dad. Oh,
And they did it in the hospital bed.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
Like, there's not a lock on those doors. What in the world?
I thought she did lock the door.
No, she put the blinds down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. And still, those beds are not comfy. I've never once been in the hospital and thought, you know what I could really go for right now?
Right, exactly.
Especially when, never mind, we're getting into all this. But yeah, so Molly had just been there with Cody because he got kicked by the horse in the rib and wound up having to and she was like, wait, the horse you told me was perfectly fine and, wasn't dangerous at all, did this to you? And he's like, yeah, I spooked it. So like, this was totally my fault.
Mm-hmm.
I did what you're not supposed to do with a horse. I scared it. Well, dropped a bucket behind the horse, which then scared it.
Right.
So I really like them, and I like that she told Rick. She's like, yeah, I was spending time with Cody, and that's why she was there, was because she was spending time with Cody. But when she was visiting Rick, is when
she visited Rick first.
Brook Lynn brought Cody in. I think Molly saw him, but then she went to see Rick.
No, she saw Rick first.
Okay, but then
because he asked what she was doing there, and she said, I just came from seeing my dad. Because that was how she ended up with the file, was because she was visiting Rick, and then Diane came in and knocked both their bags down.
Because I was thinking that it was, she saw him and was like, I'm going to see my dad real quick, I'll be back. Because I thought that she was like, oh, you're still here.
No, I didn't think she'd seen him at first, but I could be wrong.
But either way, yeah, Diane came to give Rick the papers of Sonny wanting to take Avery somewhere over the summer, so that way they have plenty of notice and blah, 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 blah. And she dropped her purse.
Mm-hmm.
Diane doesn't do that.
No, she's like, it's just one of those days. I'm so clumsy. I'm sorry. Even if you were clumsy, or even if you just accidentally dropped something, because that happens sometimes, like, I would assume that you're the same way with your paperwork for selling houses. If you bumped into another agent, you just like sloppily sweep them together and you take half and I take half. No.
Right, no, you make sure that you have what you are supposed to have.
Right,
That's exactly what I was going to say next. I'm like, it's neither one of them thought.
Right. I'm not going to double check that I'm putting the correct papers back into my bag. Like, and again, I mean, yours at least would be agents in your office, most likely. So they would just be like, oh, hey, I picked up your paper on accident. Here you go. This is an attorney and a district attorney. Like, they're not on the same side.
No. And even if they were, though, it's still Molly wouldn't get on the horse without her briefcase.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me that Molly did not think to double check that she did not have something else, especially where Diane was carrying legal documents.
Right.
Because she had just served or given them to Rick.
Right.
So it's not like it was just her purse and, her lipstick and stuff fell out or something.
Exactly. I was
Or
like,
her
this is
to-do list.
absurd. Mm-hmm.
But so then Molly is sitting out in the lobby keeping Cody company
Yes.
and discovers the papers that Diane did not destroy. So now we're going to hurt Alexis and Diane's friendship.
Because not only has Molly now found them and eventually goes to Kristina and they go from there, but the new attorney has seen them also. So, like, you're
Well,
just
that's why they
spreading
wound up in
business
her bag,
everywhere.
though. But that's why they wound up in her bag, right?
Right, because she originally handed him a file of stuff to look at or work on or whatever, and he was like, I don't think you meant to have that in there. So we're just
Right.
spreading Alexis's business all over the place?
Yeah. Diane is not sloppy.
No.
I did think it was funny when Alexis and Diane were talking to him, and he's like, anytime I have to represent Sonny and Jason, I'll make sure to. And they go, wait, no, you think you're seriously going to be representing Sonny and Jason? Like,
Exactly. Not happening, bro.
no. But I did like Sidwell going to Alexis and kind of pleading and saying, I believed him. I actually did believe him that his son knows who he is, but doesn't know his inner workings. And Lucas even asked him this week, did you know who I was when you bought me that drink?
Mm-hmm.
So now I don't know if he's dirty or not.
I felt like it was weird that Sidwell talked to Alexis, though, because that's still, like, why do you want him to work in this practice so much? That you're going, as a parent, like, I don't go on my son's job interviews and be like, he'd really like this job. Even if they found out something bad about our family, I would not call up his boss or his potential boss and be like, no, listen, really, he's a good kid, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know how they expected Alexis and them to take that anyway, but this is suspicious.
But if somebody found out that somebody that could have a relationship with one of your kids did something illegal and was perhaps of questionable character, and you found out that one of your kids didn't get a job because of it, I think that would be different, that you would be like, listen, I understand your concern, but, well, I mean, I guess this is different because the person who's doing the questionable activity is the one going to, because I see what you're saying, but like, it would be almost, well, no, because then he doesn't have a good relationship with Natalia, so Natalia wouldn't have gone.
But Natalia has a good relationship with Alexis now. So I think that if that was what Sidwell wanted and his intentions were good, that he would have gone to Natalia and been like, listen, they're not going to hear it from me because I'm the criminal, but they trust you. Can you let them know that he really doesn't have association with me?
Does Natalia still have a good relationship with Alexis, or was that burned when they found out that she was Sidwell's ex-wife?
No, it was still good because Alexis said something to Marco about, I don't have an issue with your mom. She apologized to Kristina. Everything, worked out.
Who was it that said that Lucy's a lovely lady? Oh, it was Alexis, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you think she actually meant that?
No, I don't, but I don't think she cared enough to mean it because she was talking to Sidwell.
Yeah. Ooh, but Natalia no longer works for deception, and they made that Sonny's call.
You knew that's what he was going to say. He was done with her.
I know, but I like the fact that they did that.
Yeah.
And Tracy's going to be teaming up with Sidwell. Oh, was that last week? I don't think we talked about it, though. Oh, but earlier in the week, Sidwell was questioning how fatal Sonny's condition is. Like, come on, Natalia, shut up.
Yeah. We saw Tracy talking to Ezra this week, and she wrote him a check and was like, I'm with you about getting Sonny out of here, blah, blah, blah. And that's then when Laura came and sat down after Ezra left, and Tracy was like, I'm sorry, this is putting us on opposite sides. And Laura was like, do you want me to step down? Like, I'm confused. And she was like, no, I want Sonny out. But again, I still have to agree with Laura, like, okay, you get Sonny out, and now we're dealing with a mobster that we don't know. And she said, I think it's going to be Sidwell. And Tracy seems to think that although Sidwell's bad, he's not that bad because he's importing the stuff they need for deception.
Sorry, I don't think Tracy Tracy is a businesswoman. She is definitely that focused, but I don't think this behavior is surprising me because of how much she has been changing her focus to care about the family and all that. It's almost like she's moving from her inner Edward to her inner Lila.
Right.
Or at least smushing them together.
Right.
And that I don't even think at his worst Edward would have done that because again, he would have seen it like Laura, we need to stick with the devil we know. We don't like Sonny, but at least we know what to expect. I know how to work my business with him existing.
Right.
I like how hurt Laura seemed. Oh, Laura was hurt. It wasn't seen.
Yeah.
When asking Tracy, like, do you not believe in me? Like, do you want me to step down? Is this, I thought we were good. So I don't know.
I don't get, like, if there had just been something that happened with Sonny that would make her angry, I would understand why this is what she's pushing for, but I can't think of anything recently that has happened with Sonny. I know he's involved in deception, but he's not messing up deception. Like, he's done everything he was supposed to do for it. So I don't get why she's suddenly so like, oh my gosh, we have to get rid of him.
Do you think it could be because of what happened with Michael? Because that hurt Monica, and she's been very protective of Monica.
It did hurt Monica, but I don't know. Having Sonny out of town or out of running his business there is not going to break the family ties.
Right.
So it wouldn't have really protected Michael anyway. Like Sonny will have to pick up his business and go elsewhere.
Yeah.
And what they're talking about taking from Sonny is the warehouse that he uses for his coffee. Like, it's his one legit business.
They need to get all the, you know what they need to be doing on the day of the poll? Well, no, I guess that could be seen as swaying.
Probably.
Serving Corinthos coffee and be like, well, if you really like this coffee, we won't be able to import it anymore.
Right, exactly. Everyone complains about how nasty the coffee is at the hospital. So really, Tracy, you want to make it so you can't have Corinthos coffee anymore? Come on.
Right?
And the Metro's court is serving Corinthos coffee.
Yeah.
And she's there all the time. So you're cutting off your nose to spite your face here, Tracy. What are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. I liked that she was saying to Laura, like, this isn't personal against you. Because they're friends.
I like that she's the one who started the conversation too. It wasn't just Laura asking and then Tracy having to answer.
Right.
Like she acknowledged what she was doing ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, real quick. Marco went to Penn State.
Yes.
And that lady, Suzanne, wasn't she that psychic?
Is that who she was? I could not place who she was. I was like, I know you. I know you, but I don't know how I know you.
She was that psychic. Yeah.
She was. You were right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is bugging me.
What else? Jordan broke up with Isaiah.
Yeah. He couldn't accept it.
He's working with Sidwell.
Yeah.
He's working with Sidwell and wants to rebuild her friendship with Drew. And Drew, the ever narcissist, is like, of course you do.
Right, exactly. It was like sickening to watch because she's just like feeding him lines that she knows she has to say because Sidwell's sitting there, but she doesn't mean them. And Drew's like, of course, I'm sure you mean that. Yes, you'd love to be my friend again. We'll have to work on that. Like, he's just so, ugh.
Earlier in the week, Jordan did tell Anna part of her resignation was true. She's never felt comfortable with Laura's relationship with Sonny.
Right.
I am very thankful that Jordan has Anna in the know.
Yes.
Anna doesn't know, but she knows.
Yeah.
Like Curtis is suspicious, but he knows that he can't know.
Mm-hmm.
But Anna's like, nope, you're straight up working undercover.
Yeah. It's good that she has backup if she needs it.
Yes. And we all know that Anna would definitely be there in a minute.
Right. And then Kristina was watching Donna. Donna is so cute. Oh my gosh. They were doing all kinds of crafts and Donna snuck the phone and called Sonny and then she was worried about him. So they made a get well card. And that's whenever Molly busted in with Cody and was like, Cody's going to teach her how to do some knots because the boys really like it. And I need to talk to you right now.
Right.
So, and then she showed her the paperwork about the whole being committed. And for once, Kristina was the one who like actually read, because Molly's like, well, maybe this is back from whenever like stuff was going on with the baby and you were having such a hard time. And Kristina flips through the pages and she's like, I know this was dated the same day that we had our movie night last week. So what the heck?
I just don't understand how Kristina doesn't realize how those dates line up.
Well, probably because she hasn't told Alexis. Like, she hasn't told Alexis that she was the one that did it. And the only person that she thinks knows is Lucky. And she just talked to Lucky this week, who was like, keep your mouth shut and move on. The best thing you can do is just be a better person, because going away to prison is not going to help any of the people that you hurt. And just drop your vendetta against Ava, because nothing productive is coming out of it.
Yeah.
So why would she think that Alexis knows? I mean,
because her mom's a smart lady and an attorney.
Yeah, but I feel like your mom would come to you and be like, hey.
Yeah.
So yeah. But that was like our Friday cliffhanger, was them showing up at Alexis's office and being like, well, that and the Sonny stuff, but part of it was them showing up at Alexis's office like, what is this? Kristina called her mommy dearest.
I was just gonna say, oh.
So yeah, the real Friday cliffhanger was Sonny freaking makes it through his surgery just fine. And I loved him and Carly and their back and forth, and her talking about how she'll always care about him and like, he better pull through this, because not pulling through this is not an option. And him being like, I promise I'll see you in a couple hours, blah, blah, blah. And then they told him to think of something happy as he counted back from 10, and he thought of the kids and Carly.
But what kids were missing? That is actually what started my thought.
Oh, yeah. It didn't show. Yep. Yeah, it was all like recent kids, not just his kids in general.
Yeah. And I mean, Michael's still alive. I could almost understand him not seeing Morgan just because of the pain.
Right.
But he did not see Michael.
Right.
Is that because of Michael Morgan?
Right. I'm with you that would be a great storyline.
And I think that's different. I don't think that we've done something like that.
No.
At least not that I can recall. I mean, I guess we kind of did with the Drew patient 6 stuff.
Yeah, but that wasn't reconstructive, right? Like someone chose to do that to him.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like, what if it was somebody intentionally did that to mess with Sonny?
Yeah.
And to mess with, but I mean, it's obviously going to mess with Carly.
Yeah, it is.
And like, what if Brennan did it to mess with Sonny too?
Right.
So I guess we're just going to have to see.
I loved that Brick is still like, oh, you're dating Brennan? Yeah, he's a good WSB guy, but man, I missed my chance again. Like, I just love the way he flirts with her.
Well, he said he has a good reputation, or he knows him by reputation.
Yes.
He didn't say good reputation. He was like, he's good at what he does, but I feel like he almost didn't really say what it is that he does.
But he didn't say anything bad either. I think if he would have had some real bad information, that he would have told her.
I think so too, but I also think he knows Carly will just do whatever she wants, even if you show her straight to her face, hey, this is a bad idea.
True.
She'll be like, but I can change him just like I never changed anybody else before.
But I can try. I'll make a difference.
Look at your track record, girl. To be fair, most of us need to be looking at our own track records. But we all have that hope. We have the hope.
Yes.
But yeah, so I think that is everything. Oh, Cody mentioned to Molly he has spent time in a mental facility. And she's like, yes, I'm like, that story.
Yes.
He's going to tell her about Dr. Montague, right? Because that's when he spent the time in, was when they were getting Sasha out.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Sasha and Jason, she finally told Jason that the money is from Sidwell. I didn't write down why, but I still don't think it was a good enough reason.
No, it was just the fact that she wanted to be on her own. And he was like, you could have got enough support from me, Michael, the Quartermains. You make decent money. Like, there really isn't a good enough reason, like you just said, to be taking money from Sidwell.
But it had something to do with wanting to make sure that deception got what they needed.
That's not why she took the money. That was why she changed her mind. I guess it was, I might as well make a buck while I am helping out the company.
Okay, maybe that was it. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't take really good notes.
I felt like with that, like the most important part of that conversation took place last week whenever he called her out on you took money from him. Why?
Yeah.
Her reason was never going to be good enough.
No. No, no, no. Okay. So I think that is it.
I was
How
going to
your
say,
week?
I think that's it. If there's anything else, we'll readdress it next week because I feel like
Exactly.
both of us watched it crazy this week.
Reality check.
Yeah, I don't know where the week went, and I don't even have anything like super fun. I had to take my mom to the doctor. I worked, and then Madeline is trying out for the middle school cheer team. So she had dance on Tuesday, and then practice Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and tryouts for this morning. We're still waiting on results. And then if she makes the team, she has practice Monday, Wednesday, Friday next week, plus the team that she's been on since she was in kindergarten. She has practice Tuesday, Wednesday, and then tryouts Thursday. And then on top of that, she has dance pictures on Tuesday. So it's that whole game of being at 10 places at once that's not actually possible. So just the idea, like, I think that that's what it is knowing that that is like the cycle that we're in for the next few days still just like fried my brain, because even when I was relaxing, I was like, wait, oh, and there was a meeting for the one that tryouts are next week. There was a meeting for that this week also. And so just
Gotcha.
trying to remember, like, when is the meeting? Where do I have to be? Okay, wait. And if she makes this team, you have to have a check for $1 million to this place. And if she makes that team, you have to have a check for that. And so, yeah, all of that stress together, I was just like, nope. By the time it came bedtime, it was bedtime. I was not watching GH. And then my phone did not like you. So I did not get your message about asking for a recording. So yesterday you text me and you're like, hey. And I'm like, yeah, no, I can't talk to you until tomorrow.
No,
I
it's
watched
fine.
one episode and that was all. So I binged them last night.
Yeah, and it really is only your phone that has like this consistent issue.
That makes me so mad because, yeah, you text me, are you alive? And I'm like, why is she asking me that? Like, we had text earlier in the week and then we had a funny chat with you, me, and Ryan. And so I'm like, I've responded to every text she has sent me. Why is she saying that? But
Yeah.
apparently our phones did not like each other. And nope, you sent text I did not get. So,
But yeah.
yeah, that was my week. Just crazy stress. How about you?
And you wonder why I'm so organized and write everything down to like the tiniest detail. JD makes fun of me because I literally put waking up on my to-do list. Like I have it in a time slot, and then I have an assigned bedtime that it's, I sometimes go over, but you need a start and an end.
And no, I mean, I don't make fun of the fact that you're organized because I wish I was that organized. I did know what I was doing. It was not a matter of not being organized. It was just knowing that there was so much stuff going on that even there's no way to organize being at the same place or being at two different places at the same time. Like I cannot physically organize that. So that is what the stress is. But I am
Yeah.
with JD making fun of you for wake up, go to sleep because you're going to wake up.
Anybody else?
Hopefully you're going to wake up whether you
Exactly.
write that on your paper or not. And really, if you don't wake up, the least of anyone's concern is going to be your piece of paper that said wake up on it.
Well, no, but I also have to have everything. Like when we went to Punta Cana, I wound up making a huge list. And it started off with just giving Erica basic information for my daughter.
Well, yeah.
And that was like a little over 2 pages. And then I started to think, shoot, if I die,
Oh my gosh.
and
Poor
but I had to
Erica.
put my business stuff on there.
Poor Erica.
And I reached out to my friends and I was like, hey,
If I die, make sure that Erica gets this, and this.
well, no, like two of them, I was like, hey, if I die, I said to have my clients go between the two of you. I trust the two of you will work it out between yourselves. And they said they would. So yay, I picked the right 2 people.
Good, good. I'm glad that your death plan worked out for you. But since that wasn't on the agenda this week, what did you do this week?
I did not die.
Good job.
Actually, so I'm going to, have you heard of the Finch app?
No.
Okay, so it's like a self-care app, and somebody recommended it to Erica, and it's this cute little, they're called Birbs, B-I-R-B. I'll send you a little invite because it's like a little self-care app, and it has you just acknowledge like the little things that you do throughout the day, and you get points, and then you can buy like different clothing items, and you can decorate your own little nest, and you go on these little trips and everything. And so it's pretty cute. I like it. And
Yeah.
but you can challenge each other. So like my daughter and I and Erica have been doing a 1-minute plank challenge for like the past month. Every single day we have to do a 1-minute plank. And my daughter's noticed the difference in yoga that, she's able to hold poses better that she hadn't been. But then there's just like little things like seriously on it. I have basically like my daily schedule, and it has make my bed, listen to a hype song, acknowledge and thank myself for making it literally survive the day is something that you can select that they have already pre-populated.
Okay.
So
yep, I needed that for this week.
Yes, well, I will get it to you because you can also add things. So like I have my daily Bible study on there. I have my daily brain teaser on there, my Duolingo, stuff like that. And it's just like those little things, because that way at the end of the day, you can see, wow, on the days you feel like you did nothing, I did 55 things today.
All right, I will check it out. Thank you. Yep, send me the link.
And you get a little micro pet.
Oh, geez.
I'll send it to you right now.
To keep alive.
I don't think you can kill it.
Okay, good.
I guess challenge accepted if you did.
Picture is like Tamagotchi animal, so I've killed it.
You killed? Oh, no. Okay, invite. Do you want griffin, a hedgehog, a ghost, polar bear that's wearing a wizard hat, a llama, or an Arctic fox?
A hedgehog.
Okay.
I'll send you the link, Madeline. Madeline's in the car with me. She's saying that she wants the llama, so I'll send her the link and she can make a llama.
Yep, and then you have your friends, and there you go. If you want to get the Finch app, just email us at peer54podcast@gmail.com so I can send you a little micro pet too, because you get like a little bonus thing.
Oh, that's cute.
Anyway, so no, that was fun. But this week, just pretty much getting ready for end of the school year. Tomorrow is my son's birthday, and then next Saturday he graduates.
Shh, stop saying that. Oh my God.
I know. And yeah, just like a lot of work. And yeah, like when I text you on Thursday, I actually forgot that it was Thursday, even though I was at my office 4-hour Thursday meeting, and I had attended my 8 a.m. Thursday morning meeting for the chamber. So that's pretty much how that went.
Got it.
Yeah. Gonna look at my calendar real quick because I feel like it's this time of year though too, because
right. End of school time, even if it's not end of school, there's lots of stuff that like ends or is getting ready to end around this time. And so
yeah,
you're just closing out some stuff.
Spring is no joke.
Right.
But yeah, I think that is it. So join us on Thursday as we continue talking about Lucky and Liz.
Have a good week.
And we'll meet at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to peer54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Peer54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at peer54podcast@gmail.com.